Hi guys, Sunday again, a busy day guys, November 9th, Mercury retrograde still going on, we're having a lot of confusion, so the next video we're making is the government reopening update, and we have the Democrats basically indicating that they're going to vote to reopen the government, and so that might be the case, even though the Republicans are lying to them about ACA. I think maybe the Democrats are likely doing this to show the country that they're willing to do a deal, and the Republicans are liars, including Taco and Mike Johnson. Bottom line, Mike Johnson, Taco will not open the government, regardless of what happens tomorrow with the Senate, because Mike Johnson wants to protect Taco, and he's not going to allow Alita, Arizona's representative that hasn't been sworn in, to be sworn in and be the 218th vote to vote for the JE files, okay, among other things. So they are going to sabotage, stall, delay, whatever you want to call it, on the House side, regardless of what they say on the Senate side. So most likely that is the outcome, which is going to be the shock. The shock is going to be that the Senate, if they do approve it, which indicates that they will, then what happened? So if the Senate approves it, then why isn't the government open? And that's because of the House and because of Taco, okay?
Government reopening update. Senate likely yes, House almost certainly NO shutdown continues, real resolution window equals March 2026. White heavy checkmark, will the Senate approve it? Heavy checkmark, most likely yes. The Senate, with Democratic leadership and a few Republicans, is likely to pass or advance a bill to reopen the government. Why the Senate can pass it? They want to signal responsibility. They want to shift blame away from Democrats. They want to apply pressure on the House. It's symbolic leverage under Mercury retrograde. So, white heavy check mark Senate equals yes, symbolic / messaging. This lets them publicly claim, we passed a reopening bill, the House refused. But it does not reopen anything in real terms. White heavy check mark, will the House approve it? Cross mark, almost certainly NO. Because Mike Johnson is refusing to bring the chamber into session. A House vote would be required. He will block it. Swearing in the AZ-08 Rep 218 voting members plus quorum. With 218 subpoena authority Epstein files exposure. Trump plus MAGA will not risk this. So, crossmark House equals NO white heavy check mark Senate passes, crossmark House block shutdown continues. This reflects Mercury retrograde. False movement, real obstruction. White heavy check mark why Mike Johnson and Trump will not reopen government. Small blue diamond 1, AZ-08 must be seated 218 votes. If AZ-08 is sworn in, the House reaches 218 voting members, giving subpoena authority. Right arrow Epstein files become actionable, right arrow major political plus criminal exposure. Trump and Johnson must prevent 218 at all costs. Small blue diamond 2, subpoenas Epstein network exposure. 218 triggers. White heavy check mark subpoena power, white heavy check mark mandatory compliance, white heavy check mark rapid discovery exposure. This threatens Trump, key allies, donors, MAGA influencers, foreign networks. So they block everything that risks a quorum. Small blue diamond 3, shutdown is their only tool. They will prohibited stall, prohibited delay, prohibited blame Democrats, prohibited avoid House session. Reopening equals political suicide for them. Shutdown equals protection. White heavy check mark Mike Johnson, astrology. Cancer sun, right now he is under fire Pluto opposition to his sun. Loss of control. Extreme external pressure. Paranoia. Clinging to power structure. When Cancer energy is threatened, it retreats plus hides plus refuses action. This is exactly his current behavior. Do nothing, avoid accountability. He is also experiencing Saturn square nodal axis karmic blockage. Mars/Pluto themes coercion, pressure, obstruction. Pluto Aquarius institutional breakdown around him. This creates white heavy check mark fear of exposure, white heavy check mark hypercontrol, white heavy check mark paralyzed decision making. Johnson's chart says he cannot move forward, he only blocks. So he will. Refuse House session. Refuse 218. Protect Trump. Avoid subpoenas. Maintain shutdown as long as possible. White heavy check mark Donald Trump, astrology. Trump, Gemini sun, is under. Fire Pluto trine his sun, but square his midheaven. Power struggles with institutions, massive public exposure, risk, legal plus karmic reckoning. He is also under. White heavy check mark Saturn health plus control issues. Weakness leads to more authoritarian behavior. White heavy check mark Pluto Aquarius. Exposes. Power crimes. Covert networks. Financial corruption. Exploitation rings Epstein. He knows. Opening government 218 subpoenas Epstein exposure personal danger. So he orders. Kill the House session. Block AZ-08. Maintain shutdown. Create chaos plus distraction. His astrology shows. Everything he built in secrecy gets revealed 2026 to 2027. Hence maximum stalling now. White heavy check mark why the Senate move is fake. Even if they pass a reopening CR. Keycap 1 House must convene Johnson refuses Keycap 2 House must vote Johnson blocks Keycap 3 quorum required AZ-08 must be sworn Keycap 4 AZ-08 218 Epstein files exposed. So, Senate vote equals theater no real reopening not until 2026. This is Mercury retrograde illusion. Movement on paper, nothing in reality. White heavy checkmark why Democrats still do it. Makes them look reasonable. Forces GOP to block relief. Creates public narrative. Shows who is obstructing. Keeps pressure on MAGA. Allows the message. We tried, they refused. It's the right political strategy, even if symbolic. White heavy checkmark astrology. Why this fits. White heavy checkmark Mercury retrograde, November 7th to 29th, 2025. Themes. False promises. Symbolic movement. Confusion. Reversals. PR instead of substance. The Senate action equals pure Mercury RX optics. White heavy checkmark Mars in Cancer opposite Pluto. Power hoarding. Fear of exposure. Secret maneuvering. Leaders clinging to control. This is literally Johnson/Trump behavior. White heavy checkmark Saturn. Neptune 0 degrees Aries, 2026. Major societal reset. Secrets dissolve. Institutions transform. Accountability erupts. Shutdown snap chaos expose rebuild. March 2026 equals real turning point. White heavy checkmark realistic timeline. White heavy checkmark November 9th to 29th, 2025. Mercury retrograde. Senate passes symbolic bill. House blocks. Confusion plus anger. Snap chaos continues. White heavy checkmark December 2025 to February 2026. Court pressure escalates. House continues stalling. More Epstein leaks. Market instability. White heavy checkmark March 2026. Real reset. Saturn. Neptune at 0 degrees Aries. System reboot. Snap stabilization. House fractures. 218 subpoena Epstein window. March 2026 equals karmic correction. White heavy checkmark summary table. Branch. Reopen government? Why? Senate. White heavy checkmark yes. Symbolic messaging. Looks responsible. House. Crossmark no. Avoids quorum plus AZ-08. Protects MAGA plus Trump. Result. Crossmark shutdown continues. Structural obstruction. Real window. March 2026. Saturn. Neptune equals accountability. White heavy checkmark what to expect next. Heavy checkmark Senate passes. Symbolic measure heavy checkmark House refuses. Heavy checkmark markets wobble. Heavy checkmark snap chaos grows. Heavy checkmark public anger rises. Heavy checkmark more Epstein leaks. Heavy checkmark March 2026 reckoning. White heavy checkmark one-line summary. Mike Johnson and Trump will block reopening because swearing in AZ-08 creates 218 votes and unlocks Epstein's subpoenas. The Senate will pass a symbolic bill under Mercury retrograde. But real resolution arrives in March 2026 when Saturn, Neptune forces accountability.
There you go, guys. Okay, so this is all fake. Okay, it's all show, and allows the Senate, Democrats at least, to gain leverage over the narrative that Taco is the problem, Mike Johnson is the problem, the House is the problem, and that's it.